Right, I thought we'd do well, I thought I'd show you something a little bit different this time. Thought I'd concentrate on Bess and her GPS tracking collar. As you can see, it focuses. Strapped around the collar there, that's the control panel. That's where you can attach a lead, although they don't recommend it and I wouldn't recommend it. And this side here is the battery pack. So it's quite a point it the right direction. So it's quite a big chunky piece of kit, and you need that's my bunch of keys. You need a key to unlock it, so I'm just going to unlock it. Right, yeah, I've taken the collar off. Sorry if the last bit ended rather abruptly. I was still talking and I turned myself off. Right, I'll just give you a rundown on the collar. The company is called Retriever, and the impression I get is if Arc'teryx made GPS tracking collars, this is probably what they would make. I've read that somewhere else, haven't I? Oh no, that's beer. Anyway, back to collars. So this large chunky part here is the battery pack, and that's why they say that they can't, certainly at the moment, I believe, make tracking collars for cats or any small animal, including ostriches, because the neck of the animal would be too small, and obviously you wouldn't get enough collar on that battery. So that's the battery that goes in there. The collar is obviously, there's a little bit on that side and then a little bit on that side, is adjustable. This is reinforced and you can't cut it. I've obviously not tried cutting it, and I have no intentions of trying to cut it because that would be stupid. But you can't cut it. Effectively, as I understand it, they have tested it to prevent someone stealing your dog or Bess. And well, it wouldn't prevent them stealing the dog, of course, because they could still steal it, but you'd be able to, they couldn't take the collar off. They'd probably have to hack the dog's hack the dog's head off. Be a bit difficult to do anything with the dog then, wouldn't it? Sorry, too many James Herbert. Right, yeah, so you can't cut through it. And if you do try and tamper with it, then it works through sending messages. And one of the systems you can set up on it is to, let me just point this towards me a minute. One of the systems that you can do on it is to set it up to your mobile phone, which I'll show later on when we're walking. And if someone tried to cut through it, then it will send a message to your phone to warn you that someone's tampering with the collar. You have, let me point this back here now, you've looked at me enough. Right, on this side, this is the control panel. You have two buttons. The bottom button is an emergency button, so you don't really press that effectively unless there's an emergency. So I just point this back at me a minute. If you press that red emergency button, then the collar will send out a message to a mobile phone. It can be a bit pointless being your own mobile phone, so your friends, your families, your fathers, your mothers, whoever, someone else's phone, and it will send them the coordinates of where the collar is, which presumably is where you are because you've just pressed the button. And effectively, you could get help that way. So that's what the emergency button does. The top button is the test button, and if you press that, then you should get, may not see it in this light, to be honest. Anything gonna happen? Maybe it's not working in this, maybe I can't see the lights in this light. But they should all come up green. I must admit, I'm not quite sure what they all mean offhand. The one on the left obviously is battery, because that's a battery symbol. One is a GPS symbol, I think, to make sure it's hooked up to the satellites, and then the other one is for the data communications for a mobile phone. So the collar has its own mobile phone telephone number, and you use your phone to send it messages, and then it will automatically reply back to you. So as I say, I'm sorry I can't quite remember what all the lights do, but that's effectively, you know, how that works. So a little bit later on, I'll send a message to the collar, put it into track mode, because at the moment it's in roam, which effectively is a sort of a sleep. But when you want to start using it, you put it into track mode, and then you can do various things using your mobile phone with it. It's just while I've got the collar off, it undoes with these two clips here, which so it's got a good solid clunky click on it, and that's the two ends of it. And then when it's done up, you have a locking key which goes in there, and then that locks it. And once it's locked, obviously only you can open it with the, you know, with your key. So I'm going to put that back on Bess, then I'm going to put my keys away, finish my cup of tea, and I'll get back to you. Let me tell you a bit more about the commands. If you want to send a track command, you send a text message from your phone to the collar, which obviously would be the collar's phone number, which comes with the collar. It's a unique phone number, exactly the same as your very own mobile phone number is. And you send the message M equals T, and if you want to put it into roam mode, it's M equals R. And if you want to find out your current location, you can send a text message SM question mark, I think. The reason why I'm walking without poles is I've strapped my poles to my back, at least I hope they're there, so that I can get the phone out in a minute, and I'll show you how it works on View Ranger, because you do need to have you need a smartphone, and you need to download View Ranger. And I'm going to stop because, one, I want to check I'm still recording, and two, there's some people up there and I don't want them thinking there's a complete idiot talking to himself. And past those people, there's a little bit of a breeze coming this way, so rather hoping that, you know, battery up every 3 days, I'll say. Maybe more often, maybe less often. But it seems to be around about 3 hours, and it doesn't take very long to charge up. I'll try and do a separate video which I'll edit into this on the base station that you use to charge up. That's the collar being charged up on the charging station. I just wanted to reiterate how important it is to put the collar into track mode before using, because if you're not in track mode, then everything in View Ranger won't work. Yes, I know I've forgotten. Yes, I know, and I've forgotten twice, but you don't tell them that. Hang on, now what's the camera looking for? No! There's no seats around there. Right, yeah, so you must remember to put the collar into track mode to use it, and when you're not using it, you put it into roam mode. So don't forget, roam is M equals R, and track is M equals T. So, you know, I think you've just got to remember track mode to use it, because that is so easily forgotten. Once the collar's in track mode, you can then open up View Ranger, and when View Ranger is open, you need to, or maybe even before View Ranger, I don't know how that works on your phone, but you need also to remember to operate or turn on the GPS on your phone. So to get your phone set up, you need the GPS on and View Ranger turned on as well. Right, with the phone on, you need to go into View Ranger, and we're not actually locked up at the moment because we're out of range of the mobile phone signal. That is the only downside to this. You do on occasions need the mobile phone signal. But then you need to go to Beacon Tracker, and then in Beacon Tracker you get Watch Track. So you need to touch Watch Track, and then your phone number will come up, or Bess's phone number comes up. So I touch that, and then it says, right, once you've acquired Bess, the next thing that it will ask you on that screen is how often you want it to update. And you could do from 30 seconds up to a long time, but I go for the 30 seconds because that seems to make the most sense to me. I'm going to just bring that down there. Right, you can see a 1 there. That 1 is Bess. And then when I just get rid of the square around it, that's the whole screen there. Right, that's now in focus, so you can see at the top there, it's tracking me and Bess. So the green line is my line, and normally there would be oh bugger. Right, and normally where Bess's number 1 is, which is in the centre of the circle because she's there right next to me. Come on, focus. Right. Put it back in focus. It does not like focusing on this screen. Yeah, so Bess is the number 1 in the center there. And normally in watch track mode, you'll have a black line indicating, you know, where she's been. And then other things you can do is you can go to Beacon Buddy and watch track, stop watch track. No, let's come out of that. If you go to organizer, Beacon Buddy. Right, now on this one, which I can show you, I had to just do a little edit there because it had Bess's phone number up and I don't want that included in. So you can do navigate to, locate now, and stop watch track. So you can do various things within organizer, but for the straight watch track, you're better off starting and stopping that directly from Beacon Buddy. And Beacon Buddy is that one bottom left there, not organizer, beacon tracker, and stopwatch track there. So you can get in from 2 different positions, and you also, that bit of grass has been there the whole damn time, and you also, when you come out, you need to use the home key to exit, because if you use the return key, you'll shut it down. So you need to use the home key. She's not focusing again, but you need to use the home key to come out. Right, you can just see the little black line there. So that's the tracking line. That's the watch track line. And of course that's only visible when Bess is actually moving.